Let's begin with roots. Roots, which are the organs for water absorption by the terrestrial plants. So what are roots? Roots are the water absorbing organs of terrestrial plants, and the roots, they absorb water from the soil. Soil is colloidal in nature and it contains the water molecules. These water molecules are absorbed by these organs that we call as roots. And the process by which the roots, they absorb water is known as osmosis. It is known as osmosis. We will discuss this process in detail later on, but let me just explain you very basic that the root cells contain some dissolved salts. What happens during osmosis? There is the movement of water from the region of its higher concentration to a region of its lower concentration. Means outside the root there is more water, right? So there is higher concentration of water outside the roots. Why this happens? Because inside the root cells there are dissolved salts, due to which the concentration of water inside is less. So what happens in osmosis? There is movement of water from the region of its higher concentration to the region of its lower concentration. So I am just explaining you in brief what is happening. Due to osmosis, the water is going to enter into the roots, and it is going to enter into the next cell and the next cell. Slowly this water enters special tissues, special water conducting tissues, water and mineral conducting tissues actually, which we call as xylem. So the water is going to enter into the xylem vessels, and through the xylem vessels this is going to reach to the leaves, and when it reaches the leaves, transpiration process is taking place. Transpiration process is actually the, you can say, the loss of water from the lower surface of the leaves through stomata. Although it happens from the upper surface also, but stomata are more in number in the lower surface of the leaf. So there is a continuous loss of water going on, which actually creates a transpirational pull, which we also call as a suction force that is generated, due to which the absorption process continues and continues and continues, right. So this is in very brief the absorption process that is taking place through the water absorbing organs of terrestrial plants that we call as roots. Now here I have drawn for you a single fully grown root hair, right. So you can see this is a fully grown root hair. Well, I use the term root hair. Now what are the root hairs? Root hairs are actually the outgrowths of the epidermal cells. The root hairs are what? They are the outgrowths of the epidermal cells. So this is one epidermal cell, and the outgrowth of this epidermal cell is known as root hair, right. So this root hair contains nucleus, it contains cytoplasm, right, and it has vacuole also. Now this vacuole contains cell sap. So here we have vacuole also, and this vacuole, it contains cell sap. Now cell sap contains dissolved salts. I told you earlier also that when there are dissolved salts, means the concentration of salts is higher. This is going to help in the process of absorption of water through osmosis. Why? Because osmosis is what? It is the movement of water molecules from the region of its higher concentration to the region of its lower concentration. Since the concentration of water is higher outside the root hair, there will be the movement of water molecules from outside to inside. So this is possible because there is vacuole which contains cell sap, and cell sap has dissolved salts in it, due to which the concentration of water is low inside, and this helps in the net movement of water molecules from outside to inside. So this is how this dissolved salts that are present in the root hair, they are helping in the absorption of water through this process that we call as osmosis. Now this is the structure of a single fully grown root hair, right? This is the single fully grown root hair. As I told you earlier also, it contains nucleus, there is cytoplasm, there is vacuole which contains cell sap. And what is this root hair? Root hair is actually the outgrowth of the epidermal cells, right? So there is one more feature of this of the roots, that the cells in the roots, they have very thin cell wall which is permeable, right? It is permeable means it allows the molecules to go inside, right? So the cell wall is actually thin and it is permeable. So water molecules can easily enter. Then the next we have cell membrane. After cell wall, we have cell membrane, and the cell membrane is very thin. But this is semi-permeable, means it allows only selected molecules to go inside. It will not allow large molecules to go inside. Only you can say the water molecules, they can enter inside the roots. So this is also one of the important feature by which the roots absorb water, right? So I hope that when you are asked to draw the structure of a single fully grown root hair, I hope you can just draw it, just make the cells which we call as the epidermal cells, and the outgrowth of this epidermal cell is actually which we call as root hair, right? We call it as root hair. Now when you make the root hair, you have to actually show that it also contains nucleus, cytoplasm and vacuole. This vacuole contains cell sap which has dissolved salts in it, due to which the osmosis process is possible. Why so? Because osmosis means the movement of water molecules from the region of its higher concentration to a region of its lower concentration, right? So this vacuole is containing the cell sap, due to which there are dissolved salts in it, right? Next, let us discuss the absorption system, right? Through the roots, what is the absorption system going on? As I told you very brief in the beginning, let us discuss in detail now. In the roots, we have the root cells, right? And the root cells, they also have numerous number of these root hairs. These root hairs are increasing the surface area for absorption. Now what is going to happen? As I told you, the roots are going to absorb water from the soil, because soil is holding the water molecules. And why there is absorption of water from the soil? Because these cells, they have dissolved salts in them, and these dissolved salts are making the concentration of water low, right? So as compared to outside in the soil, right? In the soil there is higher concentration of water, but inside the roots here, these root cells or the root hairs, you can say, there is lower concentration of water. So by the process of osmosis, water is going to enter from outside, means from the soil, to inside these cells. And this water is going to pass from one cell to another cell and then to another cell. Slowly the water is going to enter the special conducting tissues which conduct water and minerals, that we call as xylem. When water enters the xylem tissue, then it is finally going to reach the leaves. It is going to reach the leaves. And at the lower surface of the leaves, we have special pores, and that pores are known as stomata, right? We have special structures actually that we call as stomata, and this stomata contains the pores, and through these pores a process called transpiration occurs. What is the process? The process that we call as transpiration, it occurs. Now transpiration process means the loss of water from the aerial parts of the plant. So through this process, from the leaves, you can say that plant is going to lose water. when the plants are going to lose water, this is going to create a special pull that we call as transpiration pull, and we can also call it as a force that is generated, that is suction force. Now suction force or transpiration pull is generated, due to which the process of absorption through the roots is going to continue. Means again, through osmosis, water from the soil is going to enter inside the roots, and they are going to pass from one cell to another, then to the another cell, then to another cell, and after that, when they pass from one cell to another and then to the other cell, they enter the xylem tissue. Then water reaches leaves, and through the leaves the transpiration occurs, right, and we have stomata through which transpiration process is going to occur. This creates a transpiration pull, means a suction force is generated, due to which this absorption process is going to continue. So this continuous process is going to occur. This is how the process of absorption takes place through the roots, and the roots have for this special structures that we call as root hairs. These root hairs are going to increase the surface area for absorption. Now you have a fair idea about roots and root hair. What are the characteristics of roots that make them, a suitable water absorbing organ? First of all, plants, they have extensive root system with rapid growth. If you see a normal plant in your garden, when you just pluck that, you'll see the roots. So you'll see that there are numerous roots, and these roots contains many root hairs, right? Maybe they are not visible to you clearly, but they contain billions of root hairs. So if you see a normal radish root also, so it contains lot of roots, and with these roots they have lot of root hairs. So means there is enormous surface area for absorption. So the presence of root hairs leads to enormous surface area for absorption. So by increasing the surface area for absorption, these roots, they have become the water absorbing organs of terrestrial plants. Then they have high concentrated solution. I told you that the vacuoles, they contain cell sap. Cell sap contains dissolved salts, and now dissolved salts, what do? They are actually going to reduce the concentration of water inside the root cells. So the process of osmosis can occur, by which there is movement of water from outside, from the soil to inside these cells, right. Then the thin walls of root hairs, we have discussed that the root hairs have thin cell wall which is permeable, and very thin cell membrane also, which is semi-permeable, right. So the thin walls of root hairs they are also responsible for making the roots as very efficient water absorbing organs for the terrestrial plants, right. So I hope that you can now write down the importance of root hairs also. The importance of root hairs we have discussed a number of times right now. First of all, the root hairs, they have thin walls, thin cell wall, and a very thin cell membrane also. This leads to rapid absorption, right. And then the root hairs, they increase the surface area for absorption. Then they also contain vacuole, which contains cell sap, and this cell sap contain dissolved salts, right, due to which the process of osmosis can occur actually, right. So this is the importance of root hair, and these are the characteristics of roots due to which the roots are efficient water absorbing organs, and this is how you will draw a single fully grown root hair, which is actually an outgrowth of the epidermal cells. So I hope that roots, which are the water absorbing organs of terrestrial plants, their characteristics, the structure of the single fully grown root hair, and the importance of root hair, plus the absorption system by which the absorption of water is going to take place through the roots is now clear.